Good afternoon. So you join me on my dog walk around this particular corner of the Garden of England. And this comes shortly after the news that we were dreading, but probably expecting. Michail Antonio is out for 4 to 6 weeks with a grade 2 hamstring tear. Obviously, this comes very closely after Declan Rice being put out for a similar time frame, if the reports are to be believed. I think it's fair to say that this isn't really a big shock to anyone, given Michail Antonio's injury record in the last few years. I mean, even if you just take this season alone, we've played 30 games and he has been out of the squad for 9 of those matches with an injury. So this really wasn't a shock. It makes the decision, in my opinion, to let Sebastian Haller go, despite his obvious incompatibilities with the way that David Moyes wanted to set up and play, and not having a player to come in and replace him, even if it was a loan signing or an out-of-contract player, not necessarily a permanent, just someone to come in and take a little bit of the burden off of Michail Antonio in games. Because if you look at the previous 5 games to the Wolves game, he came off after 36 minutes in the Wolves game. The previous 5 games, he completed 90 minutes in 4 of the previous 5. The one game he didn't complete 90 minutes, he completed 84. So the previous 5 games, he played all but 6 minutes. I just think that's taking liberties, to be honest with you, with a player that you know is going to break down, with a player that you know has a questionable injury record. I think you're asking for trouble. So the question is, going forwards, we've got 8 games left, 4 to 6 weeks. Michail Antonio is going to be out for. What are our options? Well, option number 1 is obviously finding someone else to play as that number 9. Is the answer Jared Bowen? Well, he's played the last 2 games and scored 2 goals. He was the guy that came off the bench for Michail Antonio and he scored a very good goal. He could be the answer. Or maybe does this present an opportunity for Saeed Benrahma, our £25 million signing from Brentford? Is this an opportunity for him to perhaps come in and nail down finally a first team starting berth? Who knows? We could, I believe, we could still sign an out of contract player. So a player that is at the moment unemployed. There are 4 names that straight off the top of my head I can name: Diego Costa, Daniel Sturridge, Ahmed Musa, and a certain Diafra Sakho, all of whom are unattached and are sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring. Is one of them the answer? So I want to know what you guys think. I know my thoughts on the subject, but that's not important to me. What's important is what you guys think. You got a comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Do we stick with what we've got and just keep our fingers crossed that it's enough? Or do we possibly look to sign a player who isn't employed by a club at the moment? The one thing I wonder about that is it's not like when Jesse Lingard came in. See, Jesse Lingard was employed by a Premier League club. He'd have still been training to a Premier League standard. Personally, I do wonder if a player's coming in who hasn't been doing anything with a Premier League club or La Liga club or whatever for the last however many months, how fit are they going to be? Are they going to be able to come in straight off the bat and do a job? As I say, that's just my thoughts. But as I say, you got a comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on what we do going forwards for the next 8 games. We're in 4th position, guys. So it's in our hands. Do we get Champions League or not? Comment section below. You've got the ticker at the bottom. You've got our social media platforms. Get involved in the conversation. Let me know your thoughts. And we'll talk again soon. Stay safe. Come on, you Irons.